Brought to you by Lean Body, the #1 protein shake in gyms across America.
Hey guys, Lee Labrada here, coming at you from the Labrada Nutrition Gym in Houston, Texas. And I am joined today by my good friend, Dr. Tom Deters, and his son, Dr. Jake Deters. And today we're going to be talking about something called PNF stretching. And PNF stretching is something that you can use to avoid injury in the gym. Tom, welcome.
Thank you, Lee.
Jake, welcome. And what is PNF stretching in the medical lingo?
Yeah, it's just a kind of some long words, right? But it's really easy to understand. Proprioceptive, Neuromuscular, Facilitation are the words, which is why we call it PNF, thank goodness. But what we're doing is we're actually kind of re-educating how the muscle works with the nervous system to get the muscle to relax and lengthen. And that's the goal of a stretching program, right? Now, there's different ways to stretch. Most common stretching that people are familiar with are static stretching, right? Which means you're just like, okay, I'm gonna stretch this hamstring,
Sure.
put it out. I'm gonna bend out, stretch, and maybe it's gonna come under tension. I'm trying to go a little more. Well, a couple things about that. One, when you stretch that muscle, you can overstretch it. You can cause micro trauma, little teeny tears in there, number one. Number two, the muscle is actually going to fight that stretch. Okay. And that's what reflexes are all about. If you go to the doctor's office and you're sitting on his table there,
got that knee thing,
whacks you in the knee,
and it comes out. Right.
Why does that happen? Because that little reflex hammer is putting a very rapid stretch on the quadriceps. Okay. Which the nervous system is saying, hey, wait a minute, if this thing stretches too much, I could tear.
Right.
So we're going to fight that stretch so it gives out a little bit of a burst of a contraction.
Okay.
Right? We don't want that to be the case when we're trying to relax a muscle, and we don't want to cause any micro trauma. That's why PNF stretching was developed. I'm a firm believer in it. It's one of the safest stretches.
Okay.
And also it's one that I don't recommend anybody, stretching when they're cold. It's better to have your core temperature up, have a light sweat going, you have better circulation.
Body's got to be warmed up.
Warmer, yeah. When I say warmer, that really means, temperature increase in some of the tissues. We know that warmer things are more
elastic,
flexible, more elastic than colder things. Take a rubber band, throw it in a freezer, and pull it out after a couple hours and try to stretch it, it'll pop, right? So that said, PNF stretching can be done in the beginning or middle of a workout. It will absolutely help, the muscle relax, which is a good thing because it helps recovery, because a relaxed muscle has better blood flow.
What you're saying actually is get in there, warm up. Maybe this is a stretching that you do within the workout.
You can do both. Okay. That's the beauty about PNF.
Okay.
Because you want to enhance that recovery between sets as well, right? Okay, so let's do a little demonstration. If I can get Jake to lay on his back, we're going to do the hamstrings. Why? Because it's the one. It's first of all, it's easiest to see the difference,
right?
And the change, and also it's one that people struggle with. A lot of people have tight hamstrings,
right?
And remember, in our country, when we have such high rates of obesity and that anterior shift of the center of gravity of weight, the pelvis shifts forward, right? And then as a result, the hamstrings are stretched, right? And they get tighter, right? So let's see if we can do a demonstration on stretching this hamstring. Jake, just go ahead and lay back, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and stretch this hamstring first, okay? So go ahead and lift this up. Now, I'm gonna put this on my shoulder, right? He's gonna have this knee locked, okay? I'm not gonna worry too much about the technique now, but I'm gonna keep this knee locked. I'm gonna put this other leg down flat, right? And I'm gonna hold this because I don't want his pelvis to roll up with me. So I come up to here, little by little. He's gonna tell me when, oh, okay, that's good. He said, okay, don't go farther. So he's starting to feel a little bit of pain here. So if I go farther than this, and we're gonna keep his knee locked, his hamstring muscle is going to start to get tighter to resist me because it doesn't want to get torn.
Right.
It wants to prevent itself from injury. So here's the trick, right? We're going to bring it to tension. Okay. Tell me when. Okay, good. All right. See this angle here? I don't think this is quite 90 degrees.
Okay.
Right. So let's see what he can do after a couple rounds of the PNF procedure. So Jake, now what you're going to do is you're going to take this heel and you're going to dig it into my shoulder. You're going to contract the hamstring while I keep your knee locked.
So he's actually pushing.
He's pushing against me, right? A little bit harder. This is not a maximal effort. It's just nice tension, okay, with his contraction. He's going to hold that for about 10 seconds. Okay, keep going, keep going.
Okay, so guys, right now Jake is pushing
Yes.
his straight leg against Tom's shoulder.
And the back of his heel into my shoulder. He's contracting his hamstring.
He's contracting a hamstring.
Yep.
Okay.
Now he's going to relax.
Now what? Okay.
Now he's going to tighten his quadricep. Hold
Okay,
that
so he's
for
tightening
5
the front.
seconds,
He's tightening the quadricep.
which is the antagonistic muscle
Okay.
of the hamstring.
Okay. Right.
Now he's going to relax
So he
completely.
tightened that for 10 seconds, and now he's going to relax.
Yep.
And now what?
Now I'm going to bring him a little bit farther.
Okay.
And see, he's not whining right now. Okay, I go up to this part. I brought him another couple inches. Now he's pushing again.
Okay.
Hold that for about 10 seconds.
Okay.
Good, relax. Tighten your quadricep for 5 seconds. Okay, relax. Okay, good. Now I'm going to go up a little bit more. All right, and in the camera, you can see we brought him up, I don't know, was it 3, 4, 5
Yeah.
inches? I don't know.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Resist me again. Good. Tighten that quadricep. Good. Relax. And I'm going to go up one more time. Okay, to right there.
Okay.
So we've got him up to that point. You can bend your knee so I can just show. We've got him up to there.
Right.
We started out about right here.
Sure.
That is a dramatic change
Right.
without causing trauma to the hamstring.
Right.
Compare that to if we just did static stretching, I would never get that change.
Right.
So what does that mean? That means through neuromuscular, through working through the muscle spindles, these little circuit breakers in your muscle, they monitor muscle tension, right? When the tension gets to be too much, it sends a message to the brain. Brain says, contract,
Right.
fight it.
Right.
We short-circuited that whole thing by resetting the circuit breaker.
Okay.
So when it got just to the point where it was going to fire, the circuit breaker was going to go off, we took the tension off the circuit breaker by contracting the muscle.
Okay.
So we, again, re-educated. So now the tone of this hamstring is more relaxed than the tone of the hamstring that hadn't been stretched.
Okay. So this type of stretching typically requires a partner to do.
It can, it doesn't have to. So,
Okay.
for example, you could do the same hamstring stretch,
Okay.
okay? Right? I could bring this up on
Okay.
a machine and do the same thing. Keep my back, straight here.
Okay.
Now, I definitely feel this.
Sure.
So now I'm going to dig my foot in there.
So
right?
you're pushing down.
I'm holding down my hamstrings, getting really tight,
Right.
and then I can come forward a little bit more.
Okay.
Resist again, 10 seconds, tighten my quad, relax, then come forward a little bit more.
Okay.
So I can do it for hamstrings. I can do it for chest, rotating away and then resist and relax, rotate a little more,
Okay.
right? I can do it for my lats the same way. So my point is you can work the skeletal muscle groups, right, with this type of stretching to get them to relax, to help them recover faster, and to prepare yourself for a better workout.
That's awesome. Well, there you have it, guys. That is PNF stretching. I hope that you guys will try that, and I hope that you guys will benefit from that, because stretching is something that is very beneficial to keeping you guys injury-free. I'm Lee Labrada with Dr. Tom Deters and Dr. Jake Deters. We hope that you'll have a great day. Thank you.